Hey guys, today I'm showing you what I do when I'm feeling a little down and how I will take care of myself. So first, I do have a towel on me. I'm not naked. I know it's crazy. So first, I'm going to start with getting in the shower. Whether or not you believe it's because I'm a Cancer baby, I don't know, but just being in the water really helps me like relax and like reconnect and ground myself. And that's what I usually would start with, is a shower or bath, and sit in it and read or just watch YouTube, like relax, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a little warm right now to be sitting in a bath because I just got done with work. A girl actually let me take her cut, and she was first cut and I was like fourth, but she switched with me, which is super nice. I still had to do all my side work, but she switched with me, which is I'm really thankful for, because then I just kind of let like some people I know at work. I was like, hey, like I'm feeling down, like nothing happened, like nothing has to happen for you to feel down. It's okay to just feel down, you know? And so, you know, some of us, because of depression, it's genetic. Like, yes, behavioral activation has a lot to do with it, but sometimes there's just days you wake up and you feel off, and that's okay. And nothing bad at work happened to me, nothing. I just was like, I just need to be alone today, like take care of myself today. And I think that's a really good start. So I'm gonna shower and then I will come right back. Okay, so I showered. I didn't do my hair because I just did that last night, and I will shower tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday actually, so I'm glad I'm taking this time so I feel good and rejuvenated tomorrow. I'm just checking over to make sure I have homework done. I have one thing due tomorrow that I have to go pick up litter outside, so I'm gonna try to get a bunch of pieces because that's due tomorrow. And then I have a few assignments due on Monday, like a lot of them. There were 6 due that I already completed, and then there's 3 more things. So I'm just trying to think about if I want to do that, but it's really nice to get those things out of the way. As much as you don't want to do them, especially when you're feeling down, it like actually will help you feel like you accomplished something, and it's just more stuff you're not going to have to worry about for your future self. So it's like, I get this out of the way, it's done, I can just enjoy the rest of my night without worrying about anything else. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've picked up litter outside and I'm just waiting for those photos to upload right now. So what I'm gonna do is something that really helps me feel better. I learned a lot through my eating process that your mood fluctuates a lot if you don't eat, and so it's really good to feel yourself. Every 3 hours is kind of like the key rule, like at least a snack, dinner, a drink, like something. But yeah, so it's probably about time for me to get something to help my body nourish itself and, you know, make me feel better. Like if I want to feel better, you know, let's do things that our body needs. You know, it's our home, let's take care of it. So yes, I'm gonna go grab something to eat. It's actually pretty cool. I used to struggle a lot with finding something to eat. It was probably my biggest struggle when I had my eating disorder. I still like do have it technically, but it was my biggest struggle with my ED. And so I can now go in the kitchen and pick out whatever I feel like eating whenever I want. And that is actually huge for me. I used to have to ask for help. People would sit down with me and talk with me for a while to try to figure out what can we get Ashley to eat today. And not only did it make me feel bad, like I was burdening other people with my own disorder, but you know, it was hard because I wasn't taking care of myself either. It didn't feel good for anyone involved, but it feels really good now. I can just look at food and be like, yeah, I'll eat that. And it's like, holy shnikey. I also was at a place a bit ago where this was all in the same time period. It was probably my lowest low. It was about a year ago actually. And basically I don't even know where to go with this. I'm just gonna get a little into it. I was just talking for a while and apparently like it just like glitched out and stopped recording me, so that's really cool. I definitely depended on people around me to literally feed myself, and I went to a recovery program, changed my life. I then I had some things happen at the very end of my recovery program that set me back to the beginning, and I fucking did it like myself, like a fucking badass. And I am just, you know, a year ago, I couldn't smile. When I smiled, it was weird. It was weird to me to smile. Isn't that so crazy? Like, I was just like, hey guys, like, I'm smiling right now. And they'd be like, that's great, Ashley. And I'm just like, this feels weird. Like, and then I would start getting my head and get like sad because I'm like, why do I notice when I smile or laugh? That's so sad. It was just a whole like cycle I was in. And then I had some stuff happen at work, relationship things, and you know, it was hard. It was a hard period of time, but like I fucking did it. Like I'm happy. Like I'm happy right now. And I can just like eat and like do whatever I want like all the time. I smile all the time. Like people come up to me and tell me I make their day better because I smiled at them. And I'm just like, holy shit, like, wow. And I've been taking good care of myself. I'm just proud of myself. And like a part of cheering yourself up is recognizing you don't always need to be fixing something all of the time. It doesn't mean you're done. You're never done. Like life always continues, right? But when you accomplish something, a huge thing, like you recovered from that one trauma or whatever it is, it's like, why don't you like celebrate that for a minute and like relax, like take a rest period, and then we'll move you to the next cycle. And it's just like, holy shit, you know what I'm saying? So I smile and joke at myself all the time. When I'm telling people who maybe are even in a bad mood, I'm still smiling. Like I'm just talking to myself, like telling jokes, like I'm Ashley again. And I haven't been Ashley in a long time. And I feel pretty good about it. I feel like a lot of people never even knew me for who I am. And they judged me for what I had going on. And, you know, obviously, if you didn't want to be around that, like, do what's best for you. I have no, like, grudges against anyone at all right now. I don't have a grudge against anyone. So, yeah, I'm happy and I feel good. So, yes, I wanted to add in that because I think it's important that you guys know a little about me. You know, I'm doing what I love right now. I'm making videos like when I have the time, and I just like, just for pure joy. Like I love doing it. It's so fun. I get to play with my friends and then record it and like edit it all and like get to make jokes with my friends when I edit it and send them the stupid moments. And I don't know if sometimes you guys pick up on like my comedic editing. Like I had a video recently where I turned up the music so loud you couldn't even hear me, and it just had the worst fucking songs playing in the back. Like it didn't make sense at all, but it, like, to me that it's funny, and I'm just like, I don't know, maybe someone out there will think it's funny too. I can't tell if I'm shaking the crap out of the camera. I've been holding my arm up, it's getting tired. But I have a lot going for me right now. Obviously there's some days that still get me down, like whether it's genetic, whether it's whatever life hands you. Things for me that really help me, like as we're going through it, obviously I'm showing you, but like I just make sure you look back at what you have achieved and stop being so critical on yourself. You are only one person. No one but you understands what you've been through. No one, no matter how much you tell them about you. Like they still, especially if they're younger than you or just haven't had it the same way, like no one's gonna understand what it really took to be as strong as you. And you can't let anyone's opinion of you change how much you accomplish. So I'm gonna get food and then we can go in my room. Cleaning is something that really helps me for some reason. When I get home after a stressful day, sometimes I'll like sporadically clean my house. It's very interesting actually. I've been recently taking care of all of my plants. I brought them out to my grandparents. That's why I'm so tan, and my hair is getting blonder. I love that it does that in the sun. But yes, I repotted all of them. Like, just got all those bitches out there and I repotted every single plant I had. And yeah, they're all thriving. My little babies are all thriving. I'm very excited that I'm moving. Yes, there's just so many good things coming. And even though I'm having a bad day, It does get better. As crazy as it sounds to whoever's watching this, it does get better. Like, at your lowest, it will get better. And you just gotta stick through it. I know, like, not everyone has someone to lean on. Like parents, for example. I'm lucky enough to have one parent who will be there for me. And I'm not saying they never make something hard for me, because they can. Parents definitely make mistakes. They're still growing up. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, you have to forgive them, and they're still learning too. And parents can be selfish because they want time with you. Anyways, enough lessons from Ashley. I hope that whatever the one thing you took away from that, I'm glad you got that one thing and that I could help with that. If you didn't get anything, well, shit, I'm sorry. I talk a lot, like, but I don't know. People tell me I'm pretty good at advice, and like, I don't know. I just like to rant and like give wisdom, even though some of this is probably like common sense to some of you, and some of you maybe not. And just anyone who knows they're not alone and like they can get through it is like someone I want to help. And yeah, honestly, if you didn't like it, then just click off. Like, it's not that big of a deal, you know? I'm gonna get food and I'll be right back. Okay, we are now in my room. Close my door. It's kind of a mess right now because if you can't see over there, all of those drawers are gone. I'm gonna repaint my dresser, and also if you start hearing whining, Marley, my German Shepherd, will just whine for no reason, like all of the time. So it's just, yeah. I'm gonna eat craisins as my snack right now. And but yeah, I just have like these 2 laundry baskets full of clean clothes that I'm like packing away some because I'm not gonna wear it within the next month that I'm here left. I hope you guys have been doing well. It's really weird. Okay, hear me out. Man, some of this is probably gonna kill you that I'm talking with my okay, hear me out. I swear this past year, like November, well, maybe slightly before November, it's like we all went through this weird period of time where like right at November 1st kind of a deal, like shit hit the fan. And then just like until like January, there was like some really bad things going on for people, whether it was at their job. I'm noticing a lot of people was at their job, or family, or whatever it was, maybe a relationship. But like there was just like this one day, a full moon, someone left at my job, right? And it had nothing to do with this person leaving. Everyone loves this person more than anyone there. But because this cycle like cleared everyone out of all of their bullshit, like things finally resolved at work, like everyone was all of a sudden in a good mood. Everything just changed. Like everyone just like basically stopped doing what they were doing. Like all the bad shit was just gone one day. It was like so weird. It was just like a switch. And I don't know, obviously I'm just saying there's some weird shit going on. And like with the world, like, oh, as an influencer, thank you for watching me, especially if you're listening and like don't skip through anything. I appreciate you caring about me and what I have to say, you know. I care about you guys too, each and every single one of you who will watch me, especially if it's not for my body. I will add on, this Roe versus Wade thing, oh god, I just like, I can't not bring it up now that I actually have a voice on like a social media. Oh god, it's so touchy. I don't even know how to phrase this, but all I can say is if this were a man, it would be different. This is awful. Women are in the minority right now. No one can undermine it and say, even some people who like are still saying like, yeah, it's awful what's going on, but also like inflation and like all these other topics, and they're like, we're just turning people against the people. It's like, listen, it's not about the parties, it's about the system. Because at the end of the day, right, personally I believe, like spiritual, like I believe this just as my moral, like every human on earth is like connected to me in some way, like energetically. And so, I'm not gonna hate someone who's like a part of me, but I can not like their opinions. I can hate their opinions, but it doesn't mean I hate that person. It's just how they came into this world. Like, everyone is influenced in their own way. And so, but that isn't even the problem. It's not their opinion that's the problem. It's the fucking system that makes it so their opinion can control me. Like, their opinion shouldn't affect me at all. And ultimately, we're living in a democracy that isn't a democracy. And it just isn't. The general vote doesn't matter. The popular vote doesn't matter. Like, literally, if you want to be a politician, you gotta have money. You gotta have money to get the education. Democratic people have a harder time coming into office because of money reasons. I just think it's a system that is made for rich people to own the system and run the US, and literally corporation matters more on opinions than the people. And I learned this in my environmental class, but when 9/11 hit, the one thing the president said to do was to like go out shopping, like consume more goods. And I just think that's so fucked up. Like, you want to know how you can help the soldiers? Oh, go shopping. Like, oh, I'm sorry, you want us to help the economy by keeping a broken system going so it doesn't crash? It's like, that's not the way to fix something. You're like kind of loopholing around it and actually making it so we're suffering. It is a human right to live here, to have food, to own land, to be able to go off the grid. That's a human right. You live on Earth. Like, no one should be able to control that. And like, they're making things illegal to go off the grid. There's just the fact that now other things are being brought up, like transgenders, like certain marriages, like not being allowed. It's just, I can't even get started on it. I'm so upset and irritated. I cried a lot about it yesterday. I know people who have had abortions, and I can't even imagine if I needed one, that not only not the US ensure it's by state, but why does the state get to determine my choice? And it's not about a life, okay? You're valuing one life over mine, and that life isn't even breathing yet. And there's already restrictions on this life that you have here, so that once it's breathing and beating, no one can get an abortion anymore. There's already a middle ground making it so we're not killing a baby. So anyone saying you're killing a life, you're not. And maybe get educated, I don't know. It's not fair to say, well, that baby can't decide for itself, and maybe it was going to be this. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was going to be Hitler. Like, you don't know who that was going to be. Second of all, it could have went into the system to be adopted. Oh, great. Raise a baby to get adopted into a system where they'll probably never get parents because, oh, all of the pro-life people, do any of them adopt kids? No, they don't. That's so weird. I can keep going and I can rant all day. I'm not gonna respond to people in the comments because I don't want to fucking hear it. Like, this is my opinion on my channel, and honestly, I want people who support the same values as me, because I won't lie, like, my values are very important to me. I think pro-choice is very important to me and my channel, and I think that if I got raped or incest or something happened to me, or literally my 0.01% of my birth control didn't work, the fear I would have, and the way that I know Biden's trying to make it so you can cross state borders to get help, but the way that I would have to do that is just so upsetting, and this needs to be changed. Us women are not going to stop until it's changed. This would be not even a question if it was a man. And it's funny because they're like, well, then be smarter about your choices. It's like, oh, right. And then the man who can get his tubes tied and then get him untied whenever he wants. Like, we're not doing that to help with the situation instead. Why are we populating the population more, that we can't even make the people happy. We don't even have healthcare. We don't have schooling. Every other country basically does. They literally all make fun of us. We're embarrassed to live here. I'm embarrassed to live here. Yeah, I feel bad for the soldiers who died for this country, who were probably drafted anyways, who lost their lives. And I feel bad for ones who are choosing to fight for it, and they don't even have a choice in what's all going on back here. And a lot of women are getting raped and molested in the army too right now. It's just really messed up. And it's just also interesting to me that most of the funds, like a really high percentage, I can't remember the exact number, but like let's just say it's 90%, right? 90% of the money of taxes that goes to the military is going towards things we don't even get to know about as citizens. And we already know most of our taxes go to the military, right? Billions of dollars, billions. And so it's like, oh, but we want it to like survive. And they're like, well, we want it to experiment and make sure that we're always prepared. I think, sure, we should always be prepared, but we can be spending as much as like other countries that don't spend as much as us. That would be cool. And they also are happier, have more healthcare, have more jobs, you know, literally have everything we don't. But, you know, that'd be a cool idea. Also, we don't even get to know, sometimes the president doesn't even get to know what they're experimenting on at Area 51, and that it's crazy to me that the president doesn't actually get to decide a lot of the decisions with the military. It's the military leader, the head sergeant, which is also crazy to me because he's just boss, and he could be anyone for all we know. Like, his morals could be off the wazoo, and like, it just have to be fine. So yeah, I'm a little upset with our country is all I'm gonna say. Yeah, honestly, if you do want to know like what you can do about it though, Planned Parenthood, help them out, donate to them, go look at protests. Men, this is not the time to be silent. Act as if this is your rights being taken away. Same with races. Like, we all got in there for Black rights, like Black Lives Matter, as we should. Stop hating against Asians too. That still needs more to be done. But right now it's about women as well. And like, honestly, for the most part, I think. And we are now the minority. Like, that is like half the nation right now we're talking about, no matter what race you are. And men should be posting on social media about how upset they are and taking the same action as a woman, because you know damn well us women would stand up for you men if this was reversed, and it honestly would never even be an issue if we were men. So step up, please. Like, you have a voice we don't get to have, and your voice matters sadly more in this fucking country. And I know other countries are already trying to figure out how they can help us, but a lot of them are also just sitting on the side. And I just really hope that some of them actually step up at United Nations. I know some talks are already being had about what they're going to do to save us as citizens, because our country isn't coming to fucking save anyone, and we're regressing a lot. And honestly, I just want to leave. But what's funny is if you don't have a ton of money, you can't even leave the fucking country. It's like, oh, you don't like America? Then leave. Oh, I can't. I don't have the money to, but you rich people who make it so only you and your friends can be rich, you guys can leave if you want. Right. So that's what I have to say. I'm gonna eat my snack and then we can do something else.